Have to give credit where it's due, Captain. You've done an amazing job delivering this cargo. I always knew you would.
We've had quite a ride.
It's not over yet. No one has ever come as close to finding Nocdrayan's riches as we are now. How will you spend all that reward when you finally get it?
What will you do with your share?
Ask me again when I have it. Your last job is taking the men and the carbonite to these coordinates. It's a restricted area. Only us and the buyer will be there. That's right. I'll help you negotiate this deal personally, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll do most of the talking.
Who are we going to be dealing with?
I'd tell you if I could, but this particular buyer prefers to remain anonymous. I'll run ahead and make sure everything's in place. Meet me there with our friend in the carbonite. Use this access card to enter the restricted area. I'll see you at the delivery point. This is a big moment, Captain. Bigger than you probably realized. I've waited 10 years for it.
What is this place?
A private medical facility. So private, it's only ever served one patient. Dr. Chayla, let's introduce the captain to the man in carbonite. Begin the procedure.
Estavo Labmegminid Uge. Oze Desazos Homaleban. Zogalatoteni Azertoje.
How long has it been?
10 years. I'm sorry it took so long, but I finally have everything you told me to find.
Come closer, Risha. Let me see you.
I'm different now.
Not that little girl constantly underfoot. Now, you are my heir. My legacy.
Captain, meet my father, Nocdrayan. I believe I've mentioned him once or twice.
Heard a lot about you, Nock. If you're not dead, are those other stories made up too?
What does it matter if people believe them?
Sorry I wasn't completely honest, Captain. I promised Father when he entered Dr. Chayla's hibernation treatment I'd never tell anyone the truth.
Why was Nock in carbonite for 10 years?
The Selkath's experimental carbon freezing allowed me to cheat death, at least for a little while. 10 years ago, one of my lieutenants deliberately infected me with a disease. It's deadly, incurable, and eating me alive.
What happened to your henchmen?
Dead, of course. I killed all my men. Just to be sure I avenged myself on every traitor. I've done everything to stop this disease, but it's never been enough. Soon, the illness will consume my vital organs.
Rumor is, Jedi can heal anything.
The Jedi proved uncooperative. I killed 3 trying to learn their secrets. But that is not our present concern.
I lied about my father, Captain, but not his lost fortune. That's real. And thanks to all those starship upgrades, it's yours. You have the only starship in the galaxy equipped to travel where the fortune was lost. No one else can reach it.
There is a region of space beyond the Outer Rim, called the Long Shadow. There are no stars, no light, no life. Just a derelict starship drifting into a massive black hole. My fortune waits for you there.
You're completely sure now?
The starship in question has belonged to my family for a very long time. I will give you the coordinates to the derelict vessel. You'll fly into the Long Shadow and board it. Retrieve the vessel's reliquary and bring it here. Risha will take a single item. The rest is yours.
Tell me about this single item Risha gets.
A simple piece of ornamentation. It has no value to you. My daughter will stay here. I have things to tell her, and my time grows short.
I'd wish you good luck, but I know you don't need it.
You ready for the ride of your life, farm boy?
Can't believe we're doing this.
The derelict vessel is at these coordinates. Go now.
Warning, hull integrity failing. This vessel is entering the Singularity's event horizon.
I'm thinking we should make this quick, Captain.
Let's find our treasure and get out of here.
Vessel disintegration imminent. All crew advised to abandon ship.
Biological entities identified. Beginning mandatory royal edict playback.
I, King Eric Draen III, find my throne under attack. Traitors aim to take what rightfully belongs to me. The wealth of Dubrillion will not fall into the hands of my enemies. Instead, I will remove it from their reach. My royal executioner droid will sabotage this vessel's hyperdrive and exterminate you, the crew, to ensure there is no rescue. You served me well in life. In death, you will serve me better. Goodbye, my subjects.
Royal edict playback complete. Initiating execution protocols.
We're not the crew. We're, tourists.
Understood. Secondary objective. Protect treasury vessel from unauthorized access.
I knew this conversation was gonna end badly.
Executing. Now.
Hey, Captain. Bet you're surprised to see me.
I'm only surprised you have the guts to face me in person.
Let's say you've earned my personal attention. See, I've always believed if you can't beat him, join him, and then beat him. So, I stowed away back on Nar Shaddaa. Funny thing about Wookiees, they got great big lungs. It only takes a couple of breaths of happy gas to knock one out.
I don't need Bodar to kill you.
Skavik, I want my Blast Tech All-25 back. I want my Torchy.
You have a real single-minded devotion to your toys, kid. It's gonna get you killed. I want to be civil about this. Sure, you've made my life miserable, but I don't hold a grudge. Really.
You should have quit while you were behind, Skavik.
And miss all this fun? Not a chance. Bottom line, there's nothing you have that I can't steal.
They say the best things in life are free, and I'm the best.
Don't be a tease, Captain. My heart is fragile.
I guess you're not man enough for me.
If you really want a kiss, I've got one for you right here. Pucker up.
Captain, I've been meaning to ask. Did you happen to... when you fought Skavik, was Torchy there?
She's all yours, Corso. Use her in good health.
Oh, Torchy! It's good to have you back, girl. I'm not letting another man touch you ever again. Thank you, Captain.
Zero esu karzo. Ani aglok tak afas emelkedik.
I wasn't using it anyway. Besides, our captain has returned.
You made it.
Open this thing before it's too late.
Give me the reliquary. I want to see these treasures before I die.
The Long Shadow is quite a place. I have no plans to go back.
You've seen the end of all things, Captain. The darkness waiting to embrace us. I'll enter the code my father taught me. And there. Such a simple act to fulfill a lifetime of effort.
Congratulations, Captain. Nock Draen's lost fortune is yours.
With one exception. Take the crown, Risha. Claim your birthright. Restore the Draen dynasty as rulers of Dubrillion. Wear the crown and rule that world.
Your whole crazy treasure hunt has been to get some kingdom back?
Our kingdom. And revenge on the usurpers who stole our throne.
Remember those assassins on Tatooine? They were sent by the current king of Dubrillion to end me.
Why didn't you tell me that back on Tatooine?
The less people who know the truth, the better. You saw what happened to my friend Ardila, and she didn't know anything.
Don't concern yourself with the fates of others. You have more important things to worry about. If you're going to rule a world, Risha, you'll have to do questionable things. This is my final lesson to you. The Spacer has fulfilled her purpose. Dispose of her, and keep the Reliquary's treasures for yourself.
Kill me, just like your grandfather killed the crew of that ship?
This wealth is designed for royalty, not usurpers or fortune hunters.
No, Father. I won't kill her. She's my friend.
You, useless child, spent too many years without my guidance. You're weak, powerless. Everything I've done, the blood I've spilled, for nothing. This is not how it's supposed to end.
Dispose of my father's body as he instructed, Dr. Chayla. You are released from my family service. I'm sorry you had to see that, Captain. My father was sick.
I appreciate you not trying to kill me.
After all you've done, that would have been highly ungrateful. You're a wealthy woman, Captain. That reliquary holds more than just family heirlooms. Merchants will be killing each other to buy what you're selling. Not sure what I'm supposed to do now. Everyone I've met from Dubrillion has tried to kill me. I don't have an army or a star fleet. I'm supposed to take over a whole planet with just a crown.
I'm sure we'll come up with a brilliant plan, Your Highness.
I have a feeling you're just in it for the money, but I can live with that.
Figures you'd be sticking around, Risha. You're like a Minot that way.
I'll make sure all the right people hear what you did today, Captain. It's the least I can do. Besides, famous starship captains attract profitable opportunities, and queens in training can never have too many credits. Let's hit the hyperlanes. Thanks for letting me stay on with your crew, Captain. I plan to be a very generous queen to all my friends.
I can see we're gonna get along just fine, Your High Exaltedness.
Don't start with that. Risha will do fine. For now. Every captain needs a good first mate. Corso doesn't know what it takes to run a starship. But I do. Considering the light years you've been racking up, I suggest a hyperdrive overhaul and a sublight engine tune-up. Which do you want first?
The last thing we need is to get stranded in deep space. Keep my hyperdrive hyper.
Consider it done. I'll be indispensable before you know it. Looks like we've got a call coming in, Captain. Let me put it through.
Captain! Such a pleasure to see your lovely face again.
I aim to be unforgettable.
What's up, Darmus? Better talk fast in case, you get accidentally disconnected.
Gracious. Corso Riggs defending your virtue. It's cute, isn't it? I have a business proposition for you, but I'd rather discuss it face to face. Come to Port Nowhere, Captain. Floating cantina not far from you. I'll send the specs.
Seems like a safe location, Captain. But we need to be careful. The Imperials are getting more gutsy. There's nowhere in Republic space that's safe anymore.
Thanks for the heads up.
I'm serious. I caught a signature when we were on Nar Shaddaa that looked like the Void Wolf.
Someone I should know about?
The man's a monster. Grand Admiral Haradax Kirill, former slaver, scourge of the Outer Rim and all-round charmer. My father always kept a close eye on him. The Void Wolf's got delusions of taking over the underworld, handing it to the Empire wrapped in riband.
Then let's hit Port Nowhere fast and see if we can get out of his way.
Captain, I never thought I'd see you here. Thought you were too good for a small-time crooks in Port Nowhere. Once you got your hands on Nokdrayan's ship, woohoo! Can I buy you a drink? Get some pointers? I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Sorry, no can do.
Well, what about this?
So, I've been hearing your name for a while now. Almost as long as you've been hearing mine. Logan. They call me the Butcher. You lost a blaster shipment of mine some time back, and I don't remember ever getting an apology. How about it, Captain? You know how to say I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. I am incredibly good looking. Nope. Can't.
No one steals from me and lives, girl. And don't try to change my mind. You're not my type. And you're not running away this time. My men have your hangar locked down tight.
Sounds like a fun fight.
That's right, Butcher. And it's not just the captain. Me and Sparky are here too.
All right. Open season. 100,000 credits to the man who brings me that pretty head.
Done deal, boss. Start moving the funds.
Captain, good thing you're prompt, or I'd be a dead man. The second we got off the link, Rogan's men turned up.
I hear you stopped them single-handedly. I wouldn't want your life, Captain, but it's rather a thrill to watch.
This is Senator Bevera Dodana. I work with her now. Rah-rah! Hail the Republic! Etc. etc.
What's a senator want with someone like you?
I've been investigating how the Republic can make better use of independent-minded soldiers of freedom.
Which is why Rogan tried to shut us down. He's an Imperial lackey. This whole criminal empire answers directly to Imperial command.
There's an Imperial fleet waiting out there. Rogan's men were going to deliver us to the Imperials.
This isn't that guy, is it? The slaver with the stupid name?
The Void Wolf, right? Is that who Rogan's fetching for?
He's got contacts in every major gang. Rogan's one of his biggest assets.
The old butcher's not going to be around much longer.
Given your performance here today, I believe you.
And if you accept my offer, you won't have to take him on alone. The Republic is looking for men and women of action. Patriots without the restriction of a trooper's uniform. How would you like a commission from the Galactic Senate, authorizing you as a privateer naval captain, tasked to target Imperial forces at will?
What's the catch?
We can't support you openly, but I think those are the kinds of missions you prefer. It's a straightforward deal. We give you targets, cargo, the job we need done, and all the support we can covertly provide. In return, we look the other way about any laws you break, or private gains you make along the way.
Sounds like a good deal.
Our top target right now is Balmorra, one of the most likely hotspots for open war to be declared.
Never heard of Balmorra. Is it part of the Republic?
Not exactly, Before the Empire occupied it, it was our single greatest supplier of weapons, ships, and military droids. We need someone to go behind enemy lines and divert a payload of dangerous prototype weapons. Put them in our hands, not the Empire's.
Anything else I should know?
I can transmit some background.
Empire! Empire!
Imperial fleet to cloaks, port side! No! Ah! Starboard side! They're all around us!
It's the Void Wolf! Ah!
Get your ship. Get back to Coruscant. You two, get out of here. I'll try to jump this old tub before they board us. Go!
Think we made it through before the noose tightened? I'm glad you did the same. Of all my fantasies of you, shackled as an Imperial captive was never my favorite. I'll stay and make sure Port Nowhere doesn't land in any more of Rogan's or the Void Wolf's little parties. You can think of her as a safe harbor.
Thanks for letting me in on this.
I couldn't think of anyone better to suggest to the Senator. And don't think this is all about serving the Republic, either. There's a fortune to be made in this war. An enterprising individual could end up with a criminal empire to rival Rogan.
Criminal empire? You make it sound so sexy.
Did I say we could trust Darmus? I meant not trust him. Ever.
I can't think of anything sexier than a woman with a pile of credits and her own private army.
Ew.
There's a power vacuum in the underworld where the big name's gone. Noct Dre and the Hatchet Ivory. But I have a feeling you'll be up there one day. Just keep in mind, when you're on Balmorra, the opportunities are there. You just have to take them.
Bet you were surprised to see I can hold my own in a fight. I'm pretty good with a blaster. My father taught me to shoot when I was 4 years old.
Was Nock that desperate for muscle?
He thought an armed toddler was more reliable than his own people. Father wanted me self-sufficient as early as possible. Said I'd need it to survive. He was right. I still remember the day he told me he was going to sleep for a while. Said I was on my own.
Nock was in that carbonite for a decade. Weren't you still counting birthdays on one hand?
I was 11. Made my first solo hyperspace jump and flew to Dantooine. Father had a hideout there. Talk about your one bantha planets. For a few years, Dantooine's population was doubled thanks to me and Father frozen in carbonite.
You talk a lot about Nock, but you've never mentioned your mother.
She died when I was young. I don't remember her. Looking back, I should have been miserable. But it was just a big adventure. Speaking of which, we're overdue for some more excitement. What do you say we get back to our latest caper?
What was it like?
I gotta ask you, Captain. Why are you doing this? Before Dodonna, you've had no ties to the Republic. There's gotta be places you could make credits without taking Imperial fire. So why do we keep heading straight into the war zones?
Just because I don't always pay taxes doesn't mean I don't appreciate the Republic.
Republic's far from perfect, but at least they're trying. When I came home from the brigade with Torchy, my old man told me something that's always stuck with me. Minute you fire a weapon, someone's getting hurt. It's your responsibility to make sure the good you do with it outweighs that harm.
Your father sounds like a good man.
He was. Before Skavik took Torchy, I made sure she only fired against Separatists. Figured everyone I took down was one less family murdered. Sergeant Boom Boom, I like to use against the Empire. Buy a Republic world another day of peace. Makes pulling the trigger that much more meaningful, you know?